Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Vault Studio NFL podcast. I am one of your glorious hosts, J.A.
Glorious.
I'm joined by the Persian nightmare on the left of the couch.
Persian Prince, thank you very much.
Sorry, the Prince, but you're a bit of a nightmare at times.
Oh, mate, ladies.
There it is. And also by Scotty Too Hottie, the demon over there. How are you, Quadzilla?
Yeah, doing good.
Demon,
doing good.
Right.
We're
Mentally,
hitting
the demons are there.
Demon in his sack, I heard too.
No one's ever said that.
Come on, don't sell yourself short.
No,
You're already short. Don't do it.
I don't think he sold himself short. I think he sold himself perfectly.
Maybe demons in other ways.
Hey, shout out. Welcome back. We're back for another episode this week. It's been a week. It's been far too long between innings again. I'm just starting to get a little bit antsy my pantsy. I'm like, we need to.
You maybe need to see a doctor about that.
Yeah, you're probably right. Too much test.
Going from two shows.
I was saying syphilis for sure. Let's go with that.
Going from two shows back to one. Shut up. Shut up before you incriminate yourself. Welcome everybody. Make sure you give us a follow on our socials, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and the Tickety Talk. And shout out to our beautiful friends at the Sporting Globe Churnside Park for their sponsorship. Download the app, go to your personal information and change your sponsorship details to the Vault NFL podcast. Get in there, buy a meal, buy a few drinks, watch the footy.
Footy season's on. Absolutely. Yeah.
Get in there from Thursday to Sunday.
Get down and watch a game one day.
For sure. Absolutely. So, yeah, our beautiful sponsors down there.
No, I was pointing to him, not you.
There'll be
things about you, Scott.
We can drink as well.
Cool.
That's it. You're acting like I won't get him there. Of course it will. Our sponsor, Churnside Park, shout out to Dave and Eloise down there doing God's work. But getting to any Sporting Globe, you can do that anywhere. So make sure if you're not using the app, you're actually doing yourself a disservice because the discounts and
don't you get a bunch of free shit by using the app?
You get
discount stuff.
Yeah,
you're nuts if you're not using it.
It accumulates like sports, the Sporting Globe money, and then you use that to buy free shit. So
it'd be amazed how quickly it accumulates. So every now and again you look at it and you're like, oh shit, I got a free night at the Sporting Globe.
If you put in, it accumulates very quickly.
You really got to dig in if you want it.
Do it.
All right.
That reminds me of the we'll go off topic straight off the rip. At the Super Bowl this year, there was some guy that had like a whole tray of shots and 2 towers, and he didn't have the thing to scan. I was standing right behind him, and I had my phone out, and the girl was like, "Do you want to scan?" I was like, "Yeah, fucking oath I do." And it was like $170. I was like, "Ooh, bang!"
Just doing his part for the team. I love it, Scott.
Yeah,
about time he did something.
I remember at Super Bowl when I had to use George's phone to install the app, show him how to use it, and change the sponsorship information.
Yeah, unfortunately for us, we had that information on a PDF, and then George couldn't figure it out.
Yeah, you couldn't open it.
So I'm a proud caveman. It's fine. I'm happy to be.
We'll do a few news topics tonight. We're going to start one of our favorite topics from last offseason. Obviously, we're about a month to the draft now. Last year, we did What's the Plan, where we're going to go through over the next 4 weeks. Every team will do, it's around 6 teams a week. We'll go through what we think their plan is heading into the draft and what they should be doing.
As
coming out of free agency.
Coming out of free agency as we're the GM. So
yes.
Yeah. It's probably my favorite time of the year, to be completely honest.
Yeah, because we go full nothing, and I like it.
Yeah. It's like everything, it slows down a little bit, so then you have more time to just invest into like the real deep dive stuff. Like,
and also we're going to be talking about every team in depth, which when the season starts rolling in, we could probably cross fucking 8 teams off the list right now that are just actively tanking. So we're going to talk about,
probably 4 of them we're going to talk about tonight.
Yeah, 100%. But wait, 3.
There's definitely 1 in the New York Jets that we'll talk about tonight.
And the Cardinals.
But before we get to that, we're going to do a bit of news. I wanted to start with one of the funniest things I've seen all week. Cam Scatterbo's comment on CTE.
I missed this. You got to catch me up. So catch us all up, please.
So Cam's on a podcast. He was talking to the mic, chewing crayons in between takes.
No, we're pro Cam. We're pro Cam.
What part did I say? I wasn't pro Cam.
Was he chewing them or sticking them up his nose?
No.
Both.
Yeah.
No. We're pro Cam. We love the way he goes about
I'm telling you, I love Cam Scatterbo and everything about him, and it kills me that he has to be a New York Giant for the next 3 seasons. But if you want to know
I'm not pro Cam. The guy's a fucking idiot.
No, if you want to know what Cam Scatterbo, Google his paper he wrote in college, which was 2 years ago, and read it. I said I've
be ready to listen brain cells there.
It's you think like no one could have wrote this as a full grown adult. And no, he did. He wrote it.
I even struggle getting through it.
It's hysterical. But he decided to make a comment that now the other guy doing the podcast with him, he knew what he was doing. He asked him, like, do you believe in CTE? And he instantly was like, nah, It's not real. It's an excuse. It's fake. And the clip I saw, it then cut to him like headbutting brick walls when he was in college to warm himself up for the game.
Was he actually doing that?
Yeah, before every game,
Yeah.
like 30 times in the tunnel, he'd just headbutt the wall full belt to get himself
with
going.
no helmet on.
No, with helmet on.
What a fucking idiot.
Yeah, he's crazy. He's crazy.
I like him.
And then he took the big shot at people with asthma. He's like, don't start me on asthma either. That's an absolute excuse. So he does that, and then the next day he puts this really intelligent, articulate post on his social media. He's apologizing for it. Clearly, Goodell's called the Giants and gone, hey, Johnny boy, you better sort this kid out.
I reckon the Giants have called his agent and said, hey, control him and telling him to post this on his social media.
It was the most copy and paste.
And they wrote it in crayon, so you know it came from him.
And it was funny.
100%.
It was funny, but I was like you read the room, Cam, which is like he can read the football field, but unfortunately he can't read the room.
I think every athlete should be doing the absolute best in the off season. Stay off the fucking podcast, guys. Get in your playbook. Get in the weight room. Enjoy the summer. Get yourself a tan. Stay off the podcast.
Well,
Nothing good comes from being on a podcast.
When he was injured, he would like stream watching Giants games from his house, and he had like a chair behind him. And they'd be like, if you donated to him, he would headbutt the chair. His chair was just in pieces by the end of the season. Like, he's crazy.
He was also in the WWF as well, and he started a fake fight in that.
Yeah. He was very fun.
Is that legit?
Yeah. He was like in the crowd, and it was
With
like
a broken leg.
Yeah, he was in the cast and everything, and he started a fight in that.
God.
Yeah.
I'm going to give you an over-under of 5.5 seasons. Does Scatterberg get the over in the NFL?
Yeah, he will. Yeah.
No?
No,
Yeah.
I actually don't think he will.
No way.
I don't think he'll make it.
Yeah, he will.
I hope he
He'll
does.
be a backup and tag along somewhere for a bit.
It's true. He's very likable. Like, he is. He's just a likable.
And he's a good player. Hang on. He's a good player.
He's a very, very good player.
Yeah.
Very good football. Very, very, like, incredibly good college career as well. Like,
Yeah, and it does it all. And it was a freak injury. It's not like it was a wear and tear
The
injury.
was a freak injury.
So
Him headbutting the fucking wall 30 times a game. That's
Have
ridiculous.
you not seen this?
But
I can't believe you haven't seen it.
Baker Mayfield headbutts people without a helmet on, and they've got helmets on.
That reminds me. Do you remember the linebacker from the Texans, Brian Cushing?
Oh, he's one of my all-time favorites.
In that
Yes,
game
I remember.
where his helmet popped off, and then the Cleveland Browns O-lineman came in. He just headbutts him and splits his head open. And the Cleveland Browns guy's still trying to talk shit, but he's like, dude, like, chill the fuck out. It's
Yeah.
like, you're crazy. He's that sort of crazy.
The best part was when in what was the preseason show called?
Hard Knocks.
Hard Knocks, when he was going against Alfred Blue. In all the past set drills, he's fucking drilling him, and like Alfred Blue's like trying to change the order, and then Cushing's like, no, you right now, you just blow him the fuck up every single time.
That was when they used to let them hit in preseason as well. Like the old Hard Knocks were unreal.
That was the last good one, I think.
Yeah, there was some good ones. All right, next one we've got JSN gets his monster contract from the Seattle Seahawks. I think we all knew this was coming. George, I want to ask you first, because do you have a bit of an issue with the contract?
This is not a JSN issue. This is not a Seahawks issue. Like, good on it, but I'm on record saying every player should get every single dollar they possibly can. They should milk the teams for every dollar that they're worth. I just don't think that paying a receiver over $40 million a year is a good idea. Just as a holistic view, I don't think that it's smart business. I think that it can potentially. I mean, I haven't gone into the nitty gritty and gone to the full breakdown and structure of the contract, but I think that $40+ million a year for one receiver can potentially like weaken your team too much. Like, they've had to let a few guys go already this offseason, and we're going to get into it because I'm going to talk about the Seahawks as well. But they've had to let good quality starters leave because they knew they had to pay this guy this money. Like, they had to let Kobe Bryant had to go.
Yep. Gun
safety, who's a starter on basically every team.
Yep, that's fair.
They had to let Reek Woolen go, who, lucky for us, we got him.
Yeah, but he's not a starter. He didn't start. He started fuck all games.
Yeah, but the point I'm making, like, he's a starter. He's a number 2 corner on basically every team.
Not Seattle's. Clearly.
I think he would be this year.
No, because Joe Bow played him and started more games than him.
And Spoon's a gun.
All right, fine.
Well, yeah, we can say that.
Maybe not Seattle, but like on basically every other team, he's a number 2 corner. Like that's already 2.
I would say a lot of teams is probably number 1.
Yeah,
great. But you're only further proving my point. That's already 2 really, really high quality pieces that they've had to let go of in their secondary, which is a very important position group, to pay one guy. And again, I'm not shitting on JSN because he's had a great season and he broke all sorts of records and all the good stuff. But at the end of the day, like he's an undersized receiver. Like I'm not sure that I'd be paying over $40 million a year for an undersized receiver. We're talking about prime Julio. We're talking about prime Megatron. We're at least having a discussion. And I'm concerned that it's potentially going to weaken their roster. They've got other guys they've got to pay coming up soon. They've got Witherspoon's going to need to get paid.
He'll get the same.
The Darnold contract is looming. They're going to have to pay him over $50 million a year for sure. They're going to have to.
Yeah, they've still got 2 years before they have to kick in.
Yeah, fine.
But they've also got 2 years before the JSN money kicks in against the cap.
It kicks in next year.
No. Next year's 50-year option.
So,
and then they're going to have to. Have they paid Charles Cross already?
Yeah, they've already paid him.
And Abe Lucas.
Lucas. Yeah.
So Zabel's going to want a contract in the next.
Well, he's the first. Yeah, but
he's 3 years off.
Right.
But with the first round.
Like, yeah, true.
I don't know. I just think that money.
You just think like theoretically practically a team doing that's not the right.
Yeah, I just don't think it's the right format.
Yeah, fair enough.
That's all I'm saying. I think that money you could like potentially get just that, maybe not as good, but someone where you could spend that money and get 2 really high level players.
But when the Eagles paid Brown, the percentage on the cap was higher than what Seattle was paying JSN.
Yeah, but I just think that Brown, and this is not a Philly Seattle thing. I just think that Brown is a better receiver than JSN.
Now? You think
not now. I'm talking about when Brown got his money versus when JSN's gotten his money.
That's an interesting take when JSN had just had 1,800 yards.
I get your point. I'm not talking this again. This is not a JSN AJ Brown thing. This is I'm talking about like just physical archetypes. Like I'm just not me as a GM. I'm not prepared to pay a little dude that much money. I'm not.
He's not that little though.
He kind of is that little, and I don't know that he's like if I'm paying a number 1 receiver, he's got to be 6'3", 6'4", 210, 220 pounds. He's got to be a big motherfucker that can go up and get the ball.
Yeah, so JSN's 6'1" and like 205. He's still a big guy.
I don't know. He just again, that's just me. That's my theory. I wouldn't be paying that much money.
I personally think this is an outstanding contract.
Yeah, it's a fantastic contract.
So it's a 4-year extension, doesn't kick until next year. 168 million, so it's 42 and a half a year, which it slightly beats Jamar Chase, which is what happens if people are upset because someone keeps resetting the market. You're going to be upset over and over and over.
And for the record, I'm not upset. Good for him. Yeah. Like, good on him. Get every dollar you fucking can, young man, because you're only in it for a little while.
Yeah. And then it doesn't kick in next year. 120 million guarantee. So it's the first 3 years guaranteed, essentially. So
that's a lot of guaranteed money.
By the time the guarantees are done, he'll be 28.
Yeah.
So I think that's a perfect contract for now. Yep. You can reassess it after that. Get out of it if you want to, which I personally don't think they'll be looking to get. I think they'll be looking to re-extend him.
I think he's under contract until he's 31.
Oh, is that how long it's for now? Yeah.
He'll be in his age 32 season under this contract.
Yeah, and
imagine how much wide receivers are going to be getting paid in 5 years' time.
I would argue that Puka, if he can keep his off-field shit under control, he'll beat this by the end of next season.
Yeah, and that's I think so. People that are going to go, oh, you're contradicting yourself. JSN, in whatever order you want, is in the top 5 receivers.
Correct. I agree.
Sure. You can anyone can argue whoever's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but JSN's in that realm. I have an issue when guys like Scary Terry are trying to get top 5 money because he's not a top 5 guy.
Fair.
So that was,
and we all said that.
That was my issue, that like he's going to want top 5 money. He's not a top 5 guy. And my issue is that you can't pay 2 guys that kind of money. I've always maintained that. Paying one guy that money, all for it. And it's a smart contract. He's locked up for the prime of his career. They've done it early. Using the guarantees with his 5th-year option and all of that sort of stuff. So it goes against the cap in a pretty like team-friendly way. And there's a lot of flexibility for them to sign Witherspoon, which is probably going to get a similar deal.
I don't think he'll get 40. Surely,
No, but he'll probably get top 5
He'll break
DB money.
Yeah, he'll reset the market for sure.
Yeah, he's probably going to get top 5 DB money, and he's worth that as well. He's in that conversation. So
sure.
I like what they've done there. They've got Cooper Kupp and Horton on, pretty good contracts that Cooper Kupp probably doesn't outperform it, but Horton definitely does. And
Shahir as well.
Shahid probably outperforms his contract. So they're paying a little bit extra for JSN to keep him, and they're getting a bit of value for other guys in the room. So I like it. Smart. We've always said that you want to lock up your good guys early, and the market will reset. Like you said, Nakua's, the more that the Rams wait, the more expensive Nakua's going to get. And he's had an injury history. He misses a lot of games. He plays quite physical. He's a gun receiver. He's in the top 5 conversation. But there might be a situation that he's not performing at that level and he's injured, and they're sucking the books for big guarantees and stuff like that. So get in early, get the job done. I like it. It evens out to like 37 or something $1 million a year.
I guarantee that the Cowboys are wishing they got in early with Pickens, because now it's just going up and up and up.
Oh, Pickens isn't getting anything close to that.
No,
he'll be trying though.
If you think that he's kidding himself,
he'll be trying. He just was an all. He was just. I think he was first team All Pro or second team All Pro.
Third team, I think. Second team. He was third. He was the third receiver All Pro.
As I said, he'll be looking. I don't think he'll get it. I think he'll probably get around the $36-37 million mark. But yeah,
I think
as I said, good for him. Congratulations. He had a hell of a season. I just think that holistically, I'd be trying to not divert, have as much of the cap tied up with one receiver.
Yeah, that's fair. All right, let's go to last bit of news. Levante David, Buccaneers linebacker, retires after 14 years, 12 years as a captain of the defense. I think he's one of the more respected players in the NFL. Mike, congratulations to him. Outstanding career. Is he a Hall of Famer?
We were speaking about this off air, and Super Bowl champion, obviously. Hell of a guy, like you said, very well respected in Tampa and around the league. Played the game the right way, hard, fair. Personally, I think we've said this before, is people are they in the Hall of Fame or are they in the Hall of Very Good? Yep. I think he's just going to be in the Hall of Very Good. Yeah, no slight at all. To have a 14-year career in the NFL and play at a high level for 14 years, that's an achievement in and of itself.
Yeah, I think he's going to get in. He's always, throughout his career, especially in his prime, unfortunately, he played with Bobby Wagner and Luke Kuechly, who are first ballot Hall of Famers. Yep. I think he's always just in that tier, the first guy in that tier below him throughout his whole career. And I can't see too many other defensive guys that are 100% shoe-in going to get in this era. Like Patrick Peterson probably will. There's a few guys here and there, and I think he outperforms them, like with longevity and the peak that he played at for so long. So I think he will get in.
I think that, and I compare him, the real easy comparison is to London Fletcher, who played for the Bills and the Washington Redskins for a long time.
Yeah. Redskins, yeah.
Again, very good player, longevity, all that sort of stuff. The difference that I think is going to kick Levante David into the Hall of Fame over why London Fletcher isn't, is that he played for good teams and he's won a Super Bowl.
The ring, yeah.
I think that's going to kick him over the line. I think he will get in. I think he should. There's plenty of worse players that, none of them are bad players in the Hall of Fame. Yeah. There's plenty of worse players that have made the Hall of Fame
that's not enough.
I think he'll have to wait a while. I think he'll probably have to wait 6 or 7 years, but eventually he'll get in.
Oh yeah, maybe even, 4. I look at it at their era. Would you mention him in his position group
for top
for linebackers? Yeah.
Yeah, so I think I think I would, but I don't think the majority would.
But I would.
Yep.
And I think you would under Wagner and Kuechly.
Fair.
So if you mention him and
under guys like Patrick Willis as well, Navarro Bowman, he's probably under.
No, but he's a different era than them, I would say.
He's probably just after them. Well, he's played for so long, he's probably kicked over 2 eras.
Yeah. So I would say if you look back in 10 years' time and if you're drinking with the boys and you're talking about defense and linebackers, you'd mention him. So therefore,
for sure.
Therefore, he should be in the Hall of Fame.
I would say he's the guy that, after an hour of talking about linebackers, be like, "Oh, and Levante David, how good was that dude?" Yeah, no, I agree. And what's like, that's why I think he'll make it. I think the Super Bowl ring kicks him over the line as well because
it's a prerequisite, I think.
He was extremely good in that Super Bowl run as well at like age 34 or 33, whatever he was. It's insane. So well done to him. Congratulations on a great career. Hang them up and enjoy your time.
Amen.
You'll be respected forever in the NFL football.
Spend time with your family and
get after it.
Life's good.
Now we'll go to our topic for the night. What's the plan? We've got 6 teams to go through. Can I start with the Raiders? So what we do is we don't just do divisions for this. We do three from the bottom, 3 from the top. So we talk about them from obviously the perspective of you finish really high. What are you going to do to continue that? And you finish low. How are you going to rebuild this? I don't know. I think I actually might have pulled the all right card with the Raiders because I enjoyed going through these guys. There's some hope here. I think I'll start with the easy one. The plan for the Raiders is simple. They hold the number 1 pick. I am very comfortable saying they're 100% picking Mendoza
that's the
to hopefully become their franchise star. It's a no-brainer for me. They've got some pieces. I think they've got to just roll the dice.
What do you think about Mendoza? Do you think that he's capable of being a franchise quarterback?
Well, I'm not going to go full Dan Orlovsky, who just likes to shit on Mendoza at every single chance he gets because
what's up with that? What's up with our little mate Dan?
So the interesting one,
we know a few angry little men. Is he an angry little man?
I don't mind if you want to.
Present company excluded, obviously.
If you want to grade a player, I don't mind.
He's probably JA's height. I think he's like 6'3".
I think he's pretty tall.
Yeah.
Play smaller.
Exactly.
He ran out of bounds a little bit. I actually really like him. His analysis
tall,
is usually
but he's got
good.
a small heart.
And that's why I'm kind of annoyed by his take now because he's gone away. He's always very analytical, not emotional by it. He reviews players, he assesses players and comes back. And the thing he did on the Pat McAfee show this week where Pat McAfee said like he's earned the right to be the number 1 pick. He's won big games and Orlovsky came back with what big games? It's like just the national championship. Yeah. And he's obviously an SEC because he's not an SEC kid. They obviously automatically tear you down.
Yep.
His big thing is Alabama quarterback Ty Simpson is the best quarterback in the draft, and everyone's
Ty
skipping
Simpson
over him.
Sucks. I want to get that out there straight away. Like Ty Simpson sucks. He's 6'1" in platforms.
Yeah,
he had a good team and they underperformed. He had to wait 3 years to be a starter for start. Like he didn't transfer portal and all that, and that is a positive to him.
Yep.
But if you're that good, you wait your year and then bang, that's your team for 2 years.
Fair.
So he had to wait 3 years for his chance, and he didn't blow the doors off anyone.
He also lost to Mendoza in the playoffs.
He got injured. I think he had a back injury or a rib injury or something like that.
By the way, if you're comparing them head to head, Mendoza was much, much better.
I'm not that high on Mendoza either. I think Mendoza's the best QB, but I would be wary taking him with the number 1 overall pick. There's too much weight on a guy that had a phenomenal team around him. And I don't know he's the tractor that pulls the cart necessarily.
And that's fair too. And that's why I'm kind of disappointed with Orlovsky because he's normally very analytical about it and he got clickbaity and I don't like that.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Is it just
I don't know,
just a bit rage baity?
And even
here I am doing the same thing with fucking Ty Simpson.
Even McAfee's response was kind of like, "Real? I didn't expect this from you today." Of all people, and all these other guys that are on the show with him were like, "He doesn't want a big game. He won 3 playoff games and a national championship and went undefeated. How many more big games do you want him to play in?
What else?
What? Yeah.
Oh, well, he didn't play in the SEC. Well, he beat Alabama in the playoffs. So is that not a big game? Because
he beat Ohio State and he beat fucking Miami.
It's just like shitting on the kid. It just feels like everyone knows he's the number 1 pick. So let's find a way to shit on him to make it more interesting.
Yeah,
and I don't
like you said, for clicks. Yeah,
he's earned the right. He's going to be the number 1 pick, and the Raiders. It's a no-brainer for them. They need a quarterback. Just do it. If it doesn't work out, no one's going to shit on the Raiders if it doesn't work out. But the player, they might shit on him for everything else they do around him, which I'll talk about a bit more as well. My next point was they've invested heavily on defense in free agency. Main 2 guys were N'Kobe Dean and Quay Walker at linebacker. Also, Quiddy Pay.
Yep.
They gave a big contract to him. We'll see how that plays out.
I don't like that as much.
Don't love it.
N'Kobe Dean's good, but he's a doll. He's a great player, man.
Yeah.
And they were able to keep Max Crosby. I know, it was disastrous how it all happened. But I think that might be a blessing in disguise that they get to keep Max Crosby. If they can afford him, which everyone seems to think they can.
Linderbaum as well.
I don't
Linderbaum.
think it's in disguise at all. Max Crosby's a fucking stud, bro.
He won't finish the year at the Raiders.
I tend to agree, but from all reports, the way he's coming now, which he has to, and I credit him for it. Coming out, I'm a Raider now.
He's handled himself fantastically, and it's not a dig at him at all. What I'm saying, he's not going to finish the Raiders. I don't think he's the kind of person that's kicking and screaming behind closed doors or anything like that. Apparently, he showed nothing but grace at the Ravens. He was a little bit weird when
his story on the Ravens is.
What he said on the podcast was fantastic, and he's carried himself like for the situation he's been in. He's been perfect.
Yeah, he's actually almost put more shine on himself.
Yeah,
the way he's conducted himself,
and he shouldn't have had any stink on him through this process.
The Ravens have come out. They look like the villains in this.
The Ravens.
The Ravens do.
Absolutely. Yeah, I thought you said the Raiders.
No, the Ravens.
I agree. I think there's more to come though. I think it was just a cold feet. Apparently the GM and the coach didn't even meet him until after his physical was done. They were all weird about it. And he the way he said it, he obviously didn't say, hey, they're pieces of shit. But the way he sold the story was they kind of knew what they were going to do before the medical even happened. Sure. They knew the report they were going to get. They knew he was hurt. They knew he just had surgery. They knew he was in front of his timeline for his recovery.
And they knew he couldn't do any football stuff. He hasn't been signed off to do any football activity yet.
All weird. But keeping him, he's going to be, as long whether he plays them for a whole season or he's gone before it starts, whatever.
Irrelevant.
At the moment, he's a Raider, and that's a massive key for them.
A healthy Max Crosby is a game breaker.
For sure.
I agree.
He's in the tier of, I think he's in the tier of Garrett and Michael Parsons.
100%. He's in the depoy tier. I like to call.
He's not in Garrett's tier. He's in one tier below Garrett. I think Garrett's in a tier on his own.
Okay, that's fair, and that's also fair. Yeah, I don't have an argument.
He's very good. So defensively, I think they've done some really good things. They've improved the roster. I don't think they're going to be looking like. Keep in mind, the first overall pick is already spoken for, as far as I'm concerned. So I think they'll look to not go heavily defensively in the draft. Obviously, with Kubiak as their coach as well, he's going to want some offensive guys in the building that can do what he wants to do. Which brings me to my next point of adding Linderbaum was great. He's the best center he's one of the best centers in football. They've added the best center that was in the free agents. Awesome move.
Great move.
It's a great start, but the capital they've invested in Genty and Bowers in the draft, and we can safely assume Mendoza. They need to get the OL healthy, and the wide receiver class. It's very spoken about. It's not a great wide receiver class in terms of depth. There's a couple of guys at the top that people like, but there's not going to be 5 receivers in the first round this year.
No. Probably 2.
I'd say so. And
maybe 3 if the team gets desperate.
So they're hoping that Jalen Naylor, who they signed from the Vikings, can step up and kind of surprise them as a starting guy, which it could happen. And they're going to have to try and nail a late round gem, someone that can come in and impact them.
Have they got another first round pick?
No,
they've only got one
because they haven't got the Ravens now.
Jets have got 2, which I'll
I said, and the key to Mendoza's success, the key to any young quarterback success is building an offensive line, protecting him. He's got some good weapons like Brock Bowers. If he stays healthy, he's the best tight end in football, and there's probably not many arguments. He was injured last year for a lot. They shut him down late in the season because they didn't actually want him to play.
They brought him back early when he was still injured.
Yeah.
He was like hobbling out there.
He didn't look right.
Let the man fucking heal.
He finished the season and sort of had some sort of resemblance of what he was, but it wasn't the same.
No, so I think that they shut him down rightfully. He'll be ready to go. I think Genty's going to have a much better second season. I actually thought his rookie season was pretty good on that team. It was not a very good team. So they've invested heavily. They've now got to invest in the offensive line, take as many linemen as they can, fix up that line, and give Mendoza the best chance he has to succeed.
Further to your point, I think offensively, obviously getting Kubiak in the building is kind of like going to be the tide that lifts all boats offensively as well.
You have the tried and true system.
The system he's going to bring. There's enough. I think there's enough talent offensively, especially with Mendoza and Kubiak, to at least be productive. I'm not saying that they're going to challenge to win the division or anything.
Tough division too. So
very tough division, obviously the AFC West, but there's enough there to try and that can be productive.
Yeah,
they can score points.
I agree.
With Gino last year, they just looked fucking inept.
Oh, but I think that was also Chip Kelly as well. And I thought that Chip
Kelly's
I thought Chip Kelly's signing was going to be good, but he just didn't do what he had done previously, especially at Ohio State or previously the NFL. He just didn't do anything. He was just collecting a paycheck.
I was very wary of the Kelly signing. I thought it was doomed to fail.
It was borderline thievery from Chip Kelly, and he's still getting paid this season as well.
Yeah,
the Raiders are paying a lot. So this is a full reset for the Raiders. I know we say this every couple of years, but this is a genuine, absolute full reset. New coach, new quarterback.
I'll say this
a lot of new weapons.
I'll say this about them though. At least they're trying.
True.
They're doing something.
Like firing Carroll off, they could have easily rolled him with Carroll again next year and been like, "Oh, well, let's give him a chance." They bit the bullet.
I don't think they could have.
I don't think they could have. But how many teams will do like Jets with Aaron Glenn? Like that, they haven't bit the bullet. So there are teams that will linger and be like, "Oh, we've just signed him." They're like, "Nah, we just got to scrap this and start fresh because nothing's working. Get rid of Geno, get rid of everyone. Let's just start fresh."
Spytek's a Rams guy, isn't he?
The OC. Yeah.
No, the GM.
GM.
Oh, GM. Is he a Rams?
He's a San Fran guy, isn't he?
Oh, is he San Fran?
All the same. They're all the same.
Yeah. I thought he came from the Rams, but
they're all
wherever he's come from is an established regime, and I think that he will right the ship if he's given enough time.
Yeah, and I also don't doubt that Brady's got some finger on the pulse in there as well. He's going to be making.
Yeah,
he will be heavily involved with Mendoza. Right?
Mark Davis brought him in to do that. To sit in the meetings.
Tom Brady's got all his fingers and toes in all different pies, so I don't know how not invested, but
we don't know what he does in his personal life, you know.
Oh, good for him. Man. Good on him.
But you know what I mean? Like he's in everything. He's into fucking cloning and
cloning
AI, fucking broadcasting, fucking TB12. You know what I mean? He's stretched. I don't know how much he can invest in being a shadow GM or minority owner, whatever.
I actually think that's what he wants to be.
That's exactly.
I think he's going to move into that more personally. I actually don't think he'll be in the booth in the next 2 years.
He was pretty good last year. I didn't mind him. I thought he was quite good.
Not because he's bad. I think he wants to move into running NFL franchises and doing so. And I think he'll move into it pretty quick.
Yeah.
The booth is just paying the bills.
Yes.
That's all it's doing now. This is like my stopgap until I can actually work out how to be a GM.
What is he on? Is it like 40 million?
35 million, 37 million a year.
For 10 years.
Yeah.
It's a massive contract. So, and the fact that they're just allowing him to be involved with the team, so
I don't like that.
It's purely the NFL and is it Fox or NBC? Fox.
Yeah.
They just say, hey, you can do what you want as long as you turn up on a Sunday and commentate the games, and people either hate you or love you. That's all we need for the clicks, so we don't mind. Yeah. And he was quite good last year.
I thought he improved a lot. Yeah.
He's very good. All right, we'll go from the bottom to the top. Scotty, Seattle Seahawks, who George is going to do. What's the plan?
So I touched on it a little bit earlier. Obviously, they had to let a few guys go in free agency. Bryant Woolen, thanks again for that. I think Woolen's going to have a really good
year. Hated Woolen before he left.
I know. The 180 on this.
That's not true. I never said I hated him.
I don't know, man. You weren't the biggest fan.
That's complete.
Don't make me find. This is where we need Brock, because he would find the receipts right. He'd have them ready somehow.
Oh, dude. Brock's all he does is he's just got receipts coming out of his back pocket.
They call him the accountant,
he's like
actually.
George Costanza's wallet. He's like George Costanza's wallet, just thick full of receipts. Shout out to you, Brock. I love you still.
Still, Brock, I never stopped loving you in fairness.
So I could take it or leave it.
Scott, he'd take and leave his own family.
Right.
What that means?
No, just leave.
So, they've had to let a few sort of like I would say like backup
role players,
depth pieces go in order to maintain their core group, which happens with every team when they draft well. I just wanted to go through their draft picks for the last 5 years.
Yeah, it's sensational.
I'm sure Scotty knows it, but we're going to go through it now just for the viewers.
I'm glad.
Do you have it in PDF form? Do you want me to help you?
No, I don't. I've just gone on the old Google machine.
Okay, cool.
And it's worked it out for me. So in their last from 2020, Jordan Brooks was a gun when he was there. 2022, they Charles Cross, who's their starting left tackle and will be for the next 10 years, absolute gun. And then 2023, they drafted Witherspoon number 5, and then JSN number 20.
Yep,
both rock solid top 5 guys.
Yep.
And then they backed it up in 2024 at number 16, this is a great value pick. Byron Murphy at 16, absolute ripper pick.
Yep,
stud player. And again, another great value pick at number 18. They drafted Gray Zabel, who's going to be their starting guard for the next 10 years.
And their second and third round is pretty good too, but.
Yeah, well, I'm just talking about first round picks because that's where like the big impact players.
Well, that's where GMs. I don't think they should get graded as much on the first rounders, but that's where the GMs, when you bring up their resume.
Body of work.
Their body of work. It's like, what are their first rounders? And mate, Schneider's he's ticking a lot of boxes there.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, that's why you won GM of the year.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't by accident.
No.
Yeah. So that's pretty solid pick.
Plus, like then you got to also like weigh into that trading away Russell Wilson at the exact right time to get those picks back. Like those picks got you JSN and Byron Murphy the next year.
No. They got us Witherspoon, Cross, and
You're
Lucas.
Right. Yeah, you're right. So they're 3 starting players. That's pretty good. He's made some, and that would have been at the time. I imagine trading Russell Wilson was a pretty tough call.
Yeah.
From a GM, like we're trading the guy who won a Super Bowl. He's very well liked by the fan group. Traded him away, and obviously it looks fantastic now. But if he'd gone and been a star in Denver, it would have been a different conversation.
We've buried the lead here because they ended up getting Darnold over from Minnesota on essentially a bag of chips, like $30 million a year for a starting quarterback.
Pennies on the dollar.
Is literally peanuts, who then led them to a Super Bowl win.
That's what they call a callback.
So... Yeah, I don't know what you guys are laughing at.
You still don't get it. That's right. Don't worry.
I don't get it because it's not funny. Like,
well, you know what? Some funnies.
Get us to remind you again after the show.
You've built this up now. It's going to have to be funnier than Richard Pryor for it to even be.
Good. Yeah, it's on that level.
Who the fuck is Richard Pryor?
Oh my god! Don't you? Are you serious?
I know who he is. I'm just wanting to derail George.
So obviously they've just come off a really, really successful season, 14 wins or whatever it was. Obviously won the Super Bowl against the Pats. You think that their roster overall is in very, very healthy position.
Yep.
Schneider's got some good contracts there. Obviously, some guys are going to need to get paid. Witherspoon, we spoke about. Darnold's extension will more than likely be coming up in the next couple of years.
I think it'll be end of next year.
I'd say.
If he plays really well again next year, they'd be dumb to not get it done then.
And also, he's happy. He's happy to play the contract.
Yeah.
So
I actually think he's happy more out of spite from seeing it collapse in Minnesota.
Yeah.
I think it's just dry. He's like, you know what?
I don't know if he's the sort of cat that's driven by spite, man. I think he's just like, oh, I just want to play ball.
Yeah, that's what you want at your quarterback. Yeah. All he wants to
like he just wants to play ball.
You rarely see him in like clips and stuff like that. He just wants to play because for clip people, he's uninteresting. He just is like,
he's boring as shit.
I just want to win, man.
Yeah. He's got a couple of box personality, which is fine, but who cares? Like he's good football player.
Can I just say one thing? I know it's off topic. I actually think if you got him in a private environment over a few beers, I think he'd be a fucking weapon.
Yeah, like no doubt.
He'd be a legend. I think
the whole locker room absolutely loves him.
I think he just knows what to do.
That's what I was going to say. Obviously, he's very endearing to his teammates, which is the only people he needs to be endearing to. The media and the press and all these other they're all fucking shame.
No, he just all these guys that are trying to buy into this media and creating their Micah Parsons, creating this personal brand. If you're a really good football player, that's your personal brand.
Yeah.
That's all you need. And Darnold's like, hey, I just want a Super Bowl.
And also the media's burnt Darnold for 5 years as well. Yeah. So he's probably like, oh, fuck you guys.
Yeah, that's also part of it too. There's no doubt about it because they've literally dragged him over hot coals.
Mate, most of the mainstream media burnt him when Minnesota let him walk. Great move. Go to the young kid. Can't win a big game. Yeah, egg on everyone's face, unfortunately.
Yeah. So obviously they're drafting 32 because they won the Super Bowl.
Because there's 32 teams.
Yeah.
They
let him get it out for fuck's sake.
32. Yep, correct. I'm just doing the math. Sorry, man.
Thank you, bro.
I'm just trying to. Hey, friends,
you,
love you, man.
Thank you, man.
This is going to go for fucking 4 hours.
You shut your mouth.
Hey, I'm happy you're talking about Seattle in a positive way. I would love it.
So I'll put this back on you. Where do you think they draft at 32? What do you think they go for? You think they try and shore up the O-line?
No. They're legit. All 13 players are all under contract on the O-line.
Okay.
So I think that they're going to
do a right guard. That right guard's no good.
But he's so young, and he's actually good. He just has one boneheaded play.
He's polarizing because again, everyone just posts the couple of awful plays he has a game. The most of the rest of the game, he's actually pretty good. He's big. Like you
athletic.
Cannot buy his size, speed, athleticism,
and he's young. He's 23.
Yeah, I actually think they will quite. If he's the worst player on their offense, they're quite happy.
Try and draft secondary.
I think they're going to go. I would love for them to go. I think the kid's name's Chris Johnson out of San Diego State or San Diego Junior or something like that. He's risen up the drafts after the combine a little bit because he's sneaky athletic that he doesn't quite show on the film, but he's a Mike McDonald guy. He's he's chopping at the bit to fucking smoke running backs.
Yep.
Loves tackling. He's got like a 6% missed tackle rate in the open field, which is sensational. He's quite good in coverage. I think he had 4 interceptions last year and 2 were pick sixes. So they'll just shore up the other cornerback position with
another dark horse safety, secondary pick like him and Warrior, you reckon?
Yeah, the similar mindset. Like him and Witherspoon is almost like they're the same player mindset wise. They're just like
that's something everyone sleeps on with letting the guys walk. Is they've got Nick Emenwari, who I stand by should have been defensive rookie of the year, and I love Swerzinger from the Browns. He's a great linebacker, but I think Nick Emenwari was the most impactful defensive rookie in the NFL last year.
You got to give it to the player who's on the better team. I agree with that.
I just think he was just so impactful.
But he wasn't the shittest player on the defense either. Like, you know what I mean?
No, he's a gut. Like when he got injured before the Super Bowl, we spoke about it like this could be disastrous. And then when everyone found it was playing, it was like, thank fuck, he's so important.
Show rolls on.
He's only going to get better.
Yeah,
like,
that's fair.
So everyone's like, they let Kobe Bryant walk,
but like they got Ty Cotter as well. So I wanted to touch on the Kobe Bryant thing, and I love Kobe Bryant. I've loved him since we've drafted him. I loved him working his ass off. They drafted him as a corner, moved him at safety. He's just a dog. He smokes anyone in front of him. The coverage came, but Ty Cotter's a better athlete. Probably doesn't have the better ball skills.
Yeah,
but he loves smoking guys at the line of scrimmage as well. And Seattle's secondary was quite injured, and he started 11 games last year, and the defense did not skip a beat.
They also have Julian Love, who is an incredibly good safety. That just
borderline all-pro safety.
Just gets slept on all the time.
Yeah.
Like I think defensive back, it feels like it's a weakness, but I don't think it is.
No, Ty Cotter's playing for $1 million, and Kobe Bryant's on $13 million. So when you talk about team building, is he 85% of the player Kobe Bryant is?
That's like he becomes a cap casualty, and that's fine. Like, I mean, that's
you can't keep them all.
It happens all the time.
Yeah.
Is there a chance they go running back in?
Nah, it's not deep enough in the first round.
Just wait.
The one guy, I think his name's from, I think he's Arkansas, Michael Campbell Carter.
Yeah, I think it's Carter.
Something like that. He's the archetype of Kenneth Walker.
Is it Washington? Mike
Washington. Yeah. So he's from Arkansas. So he's the archetype of Kenneth Walker, super freak athlete, can home run anytime touches the ball. Got a bit of a fumbling issue, and I think that they will steer away from that. I think for everything I've heard is Seattle's happy with the running back room.
Yeah.
With Charbonnet, George Halani, who showed a bit towards the end of the season.
Yep.
They got a kid in McKinney who was out of Georgia who did his ACL in the preseason last year. They signed the guy from Green Bay as well.
Wilson. Yeah, Wilson. He's decent.
He's not too bad. So they're just going to steer right into the running back committee by committee. I don't know if it will work, but they've got the runs on the board. So
my final question on Seattle, and then we'll move on. Just your broad take. How much do you think Kubiak leaving is going to affect the offense?
They got. I think that I can't remember his name. He's got a
49ers tight end coach.
Yeah,
which ties into the JSN thing as well. That's what I'm thinking. The point I was making is that how much of that was him being really good, and how much of that was just Kubiak's scheme, and how much of that now is going to be affected by him leaving.
Well, Kubiak definitely got a lot better as the season started. It was a little bit shaky at the start. It was a little bit hit and miss, but I really love the idea of getting he's a tight end coach in the Shanahan system for 4 years. Before that, I know you said broadly, but I'll quickly do a review. Before that, he was a linebackers coach, and before that, he was an analytics guy. Before that, he was a special teams coach. So he's got a broad spectrum. He's scouted all different parts of football. When you're a tight end coach, you have to know the running game backwards for blocking, and you have to know the passing game backwards. So you've probably got the best value for a coach. Now, everyone's got to learn how to play, call plays at some time. He may not be good, but at least he gives them the best opportunity with all the experiences he has. So I don't know if there will be a drop off. So I think the talent's good enough to play in that Shanahan system. And he runs a Shanahan system, and he knows it just as well as Kubiak. So it just comes down to when the bullets are flying, if he's
make the right calls or not.
Yeah, that's all it's going to come down to. I think he's very Mike McDonald like. He's very matter of the fact. like this.
Analytical,
Analytical game plan. This is that they account for everything. So I don't know if there'll be a huge drop off.
Yeah, that's fair.
Cool.
All right, your first team, Scotty. Have you got the Jets or the Cardinals?
I have the Cardinals, and I have a little. Oh, where to go?
Cardinals should just pack up.
Pretty much where I'm at. So
there's no point. Like that division's like, what's the point?
So entering year one of Mike LaFleur's attempt of the ongoing rebuild at Arizona, the outlook is bleak at best. Moving on from the previous prize first overall pick at quarterback Kyler Murray, the Cards will have to find the combination of beef brisket and the ghost of Minshew mania.
Did they sign Minshew? Oh my!
Yeah, coming off an ACL. It's clear that the tank is the top. The tank for the top pick is happening next season. And with health being the toughest division in football, in one of the toughest divisions in football, they are sure to meet the task. They're picking at 3, so that they can go anywhere. I've seen a few things that they're going to take. Love, the running back from.
Oh Jesus, that's so dumb.
But they just signed Tyler Algier from the Falcons. So I don't think they're going to do that, and I think that will just tank. I think that would just tank their rebuild. For me, they've got Paris Campbell, the left tackle. I think he's in the 3rd year of his contract. He's quite a good tackle. I would double down on that.
100%.
And it's a bit of a reach, but I'll go for Spencer Fanu. He's from... Are we good? Yeah. So he's the right tackle from Utah. Has 2 really good years on tape. He's played a little bit of left tackle before that. Technical, is a big guy. He's an archetype for a tackle. And I will, with the 3rd pick, I would reach for a meat and potatoes guy this year, shore up the O-line, and then the next year's meant to be the quarterback draft, and then you just double down with the 2 bookend tackles, and then you have the quarterback to come into it.
If they are,
you can't throw your quarterback to the wolves.
If they're tanking to, hopefully get a top pick next year, which is all signs point to that. There's no point. There's absolutely 0 point drafting a running back at 3. If they do that, they literally should hand their license back.
No, that's the best player available. I think Love is one of the 3 genuine blue chippers in this draft. Fair. We saw the Raiders last year. Like, it's a luxury pick to get that running back in the top 10, and you shouldn't be taking it. And we criticized the Raiders for doing it. It shouldn't have, and it didn't work out. And they were what they picked 6 last year. It was 7 or 8 or something.
I think it was 8.
Yeah,
like pick this sounds crazy, but the difference between pick 3 and pick 8 is lifetime.
Of course,
like it's
huge.
Top 5 is like you have to fucking nail it. You have no excuse to not nail it in the top 5.
So Fanu is the 5th ranked prospect, but he's in most in the consensus. I think he's about 13th or 14th on the board.
Right.
I would reach for that, because even if you get it wrong, the process is correct in shoring up the O-line.
Yeah.
I agree. Even if you take the swing, like the Giants took a few swings for tackles and they failed, but no one goes, "Oh, you never make that pick."
No.
You always make the pick. So that's where I land on that.
I think the 2. So build from the inside out.
I 100% agree. And if it's not O-line, it's D-line. You either get the best tackle available or get the best edge rusher available, and that's it.
Well, they could go with one of the edge rushers, and I did debate that because I think Reese is probably going to go to the Jets.
Yeah,
David Bailey might be a bit of a reach. I think he's a bit more of a tweener. He's a bit of a linebacker, a bit of a D end, and I don't think that they have the luxury of trying to get that guy and sitting him in one position.
No, they need to go with the most certain guy that's going to play for them for a long time and be a quality starter.
Yep.
And Ruben Bain is the T-Rex guy. I think Ruben Bain's going to be absolutely sensational. I don't give a fuck about the arm length thing.
No. And I don't think anyone will, personally.
Like, vicious.
I mean, he's a bit biased, Mr. T-Rex arms himself.
Well, yeah, watch some tape on him and tell me if his arms make any difference.
Of course, it doesn't make any difference. He's fucking enormous, bro.
Yeah, I wouldn't be upset if they took that pick, but I would build on the offensive line because they took a Nolan last year with their pick, and he was injured last year, and I think he's going to be quite good.
You're right, especially because in that division, a lot of high-powered offenses, you need to score points to win games in that division. if you're drafting a quarterback in the upcoming draft, supposedly you need a fucking tackle. Draft a tackle.
Yeah,
it's the way.
And Paris Campbell's a really good left
I
tackle.
like Paris Campbell.
Yeah, Paris. We all said that was a really good pick.
Yeah, I think I'll do this. I think they'll go O-line for sure.
I think you just get your bookend tackles and then you build from there.
Yeah,
it's the hardest position to get, so you get it, and then you get another swing at a quarterback next year.
Yep.
Very fair. All right,
and hopefully he's not 6'1".
We're back to you with who's your second team?
Jets.
No. I think we're actually back to me with the LA Rams. My mistake.
Oh yeah, cool.
So the LA Rams.
What an off season.
Obviously, had a big off season. Lost the NFC Championship game in which was the Super Bowl because fuck the Patriots, they didn't deserve it. But they lost that game. That was the Super Bowl. That was one of the best games of the year. My first point was signing Jalen Watson from the Chiefs. Good starting corner was a really good move.
Yep.
And then trading for and extending Trent McDuffie.
It was the other way around. They traded for McDuffie first and then signed Watson.
Yeah.
Continue.
Getting both of them.
Yeah.
It was arguably their weakest position last year was their defensive backs.
Yep.
It's probably what cost them in the NFC Championship game.
They special teams.
Yeah, they just got burned.
Yep.
So these are two guys from the same team, know how to play together, from good caliber, Super Bowl winning defenses. I think it's a no-brainer. The contract, everyone chat on the McDuffie contract. If you want to pay the top guy, you're going to reset the market. Simple as that. So as I said earlier, get used to it. I loved both those moves. I think that instantly that defense is going to be really, really good next year already.
And with that McDuffie thing, George, but I know that we touched on the trade, but they gave up their late pick. They gave up pick 30.
Oh, it's coming.
Pick 29. So the Atlanta fucking shit Falcons have given the Rams the 13th pick.
But it's a great,
basically, it's for free.
It's a great segue into my second point where you would think a team that lost the NFC Championship game, traded away their first round pick would be small players in the draft. But thanks to the Falcons, they are not. They own pick 13 and they can use that on the best available pick. I personally see them going for offensive tackle. Rob Havenstein, their right tackle, retired. The left tackle, Jackson, he's a starter, but he's not what you want to be your left tackle. So I think they will look for... Now, I don't think Francis Magoye, sorry if I butchered his name, from Miami, he may be there, but then...
he's gone.
A guy like Monroe from Georgia or Freeling from Georgia or Caden Proctor from Alabama, I think they'll be there at 13. I think there's no doubt.
If they get Freeland is a genetic freak for tackle. I haven't seen the percentile for his testing, but I'd be shocked if he's lower than 96. He is.
And at pick 13, the swing. They're going to get one of those three guys.
Sure.
They're going to get one of the top three tackles in the draft.
So what they've done is with those two first round picks, they're going to address, or they have addressed already, the two glaring weaknesses, which was tackle and D-back.
Yep. So it's been a phenomenal offseason for them. They're not stopping.
And the best thing about people are like, you can't sign these guys for contracts when you got to pay Puka and you got to do this and you got to do that. Like you've got who's the Corrin coming out of contract.
Yep. They're
on a Stafford. Their timeline is on Stafford.
Yep.
So it is a 1 to 2 year
the league MVP,
max.
Matt Stafford. Which is a very nice luxury to have in your back pocket. And
and it's not even go further to that. It's not even the Stafford timeline. It's the Sean McVay timeline too.
Well, they're almost interlinked, I think.
Yeah, like that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like there's a very good chance that, let's say that we project forward 12 months, they've won the Super Bowl, which is clearly what they're trying to do. They're all in on trying to win the Super Bowl next year. There's a very decent chance that Stafford and McVay just both ride off into the sunset.
Yep.
And then it's like, well, whatever. We'll blow the whole thing up and start again.
What you do is you reset with a really, really good team that all you need is a quarterback.
Yeah.
What do we always say? The best thing for it when you need a quarterback is to have a really good team around them.
Yep.
Then they can either go into the draft and get a guy if they've got the capacity to do that with their picks, or they can get a veteran guy and they can plug him in and go, hey, we're very comfortable adding a guy who's not as good as Stafford, but with the team we have around him, the defense we're building with Verse and Young,
sure.
Frisk and Kobe Turner, like it is a great defense.
Yep.
And then with McDuffie and now, I don't think Watson's like a superstar, but he's a really good number 2 corner.
Sure.
Yeah.
And then I think McDuffie's one of the best defensive backs in football.
Sure.
Like he's just a stud. So I could not believe the Chiefs let him try.
We said that in our group chat. Well, why'd they let him go? He's so good.
Bizarre.
Do you think
they can give Kelsey another 3-year deal? Retarded.
Do you think
it is
the Rams have done enough to catch Seattle?
I think
right now.
I don't think the Rams have necessarily done enough to catch Seattle. I think they've both come down a little bit.
Yeah.
Because losing Kubiak, losing what you said before with Brian, I know there's answers to those questions, but I think they were so close anyway, and they've both just kind of settled. I think it's just going to be a 2-horse race for that division again.
I don't, and further to that, I don't think that they needed to catch them. I think that they were pretty even.
Yeah, I think like I just said, like Seattle won the Super Bowl last year because of their game late, the game where they came back from 14 points down, beating them late in the season, and then the NFC Championship game. Like they beat them 3 times.
They were also a missed field goal away from beating them 3 times.
That's what I mean. Like, the 2 games they beat them to end the season got them the 1 seed.
Yep.
Got them the home field advantage. Maybe if that's in LA, they don't win that game. That's how fine
both those games, they were like proper like barn burners.
I said the NFC Championship game was the best game of the year. It was so if that was a Super Bowl, people would be talking about it for years.
But I was just saying, like Seattle beat them twice, so Seattle will be marginally better. Like if you're doing 10 out of 10, like say Seattle's 8.5 and Rams are 8, let's just say. Do you think that they're?
I think losing Kubiak is.
I think the Kubiak thing hurts them a little bit. If the offense keeps humming and it doesn't look any different, then no, they're right on. They are so. I put it this way: I will be fighting with myself for who I want out of those 2 teams to win the NFC this year.
Yeah,
I think they're the 2 best teams in the NFC. I think
they've got to be. The Rams have got to be the early favorites at the moment.
Sure. I think the Rams are my favorite right now. Early to win the Super Bowl.
Like the way too early favorites. Sure.
Yeah, because they were even your favorite for most of the year last year.
Yeah, well, I can't be biased.
No, but you homers. You literally said that the only team that's going to stop Seattle is the Rams.
Yeah, I'll stand by that for next year too, just quietly.
That's me. It's going to be that division's going to be unreal. The 2 games, most likely 3 games they play each other again next year are going to potentially decide the Super Bowl. So the last one I have for the Rams, I wanted to touch on this. Just something fun that they could do if the draft goes that way and Jeremiah Love is somehow there at 13, which I don't think will happen. But it's
more of a chance of winning the lottery.
It's not out of the realm of possibility.
I think Love will go inside the top 10.
I think so too. But can you imagine if he made it to 13 and they nab him? Maybe they trade Kyron Williams and jump up to 9 or something to grab him, and they put him on that offense. That would be. I think it's disastrous team building. But if you're all in like they clearly are, you add him to that offense, man, that'd be a whole lot of fun. That was the only thing I said. If they can do that,
it'd be like having Todd Gurley again.
Oh, man, that's
but with a real good team now.
Yeah.
Like with not
a bad team
Jared
trying
Goff.
to win 6 games.
Yeah, not Jared Goff.
Gurley was at Atlanta when Goff was at Rams, wasn't he?
No, they played in the Super Bowl together.
Yeah, they did when
the
Patriots
did they?
Okay. Yeah. That's what I mean. Like that could be really fun. Now, I don't think that's going to happen. I'd be shocked if Jeremiah Love gets out of the top 10. But I also wouldn't shock me if they pair up a few moves and go up to pick 8 and be like, let's go. Well,
you know the GM's saying is fuck first round picks. Yeah. I was about to say that as well when you were saying about veteran quarterbacks. I'm like, hey, if they've got the team there, they'll just trade 2 or 3 first rounders and go get Burrow.
Yeah, they will. They will.
They don't give a fuck about first round picks. They're useless to the Rams.
I would actually say if Stafford decided to retire this year, which he was obviously with how well he played, he wasn't going to. But I still stand by they would have sold the farm to go and get a Burrow.
Agreed.
Yeah, for sure. Or like there's going to be a Kyler Murray there next year. I guarantee you. Every year there seems to be a Murray, a Darnold now where some crappy team's been like,
Geno and Mayfield before that.
Yeah, well, we got to start again. Let's just cut our losses and get someone else we'll pay him to play for someone else. There'll be another guy like that next year that they can then go, all right, well, let's just go get this guy and then you're right in the ballpark again. So, hey, if you're a Rams fan, enjoy. I think it's going to be I don't know. Winning Super Bowls are incredibly hard, but if I was predicting a Super Bowl winner right now, I'd be picking the Rams.
Well, Super Bowl's in SoFi Stadium, so
be pretty cool.
Yeah, that's right. It is too, yeah.
Be pretty cool.
Yeah.
It would be pretty
all right, George, you've got your New England Patriots.
No, I've got the Patriots. He's got the Jets.
I've got the Jets.
Oh, shit. Sorry.
And I was looking at this and I don't know. Well, where do you start with this team?
They have so many picks.
Well, by handing your license in, that's where you should have started.
That's what they should do. They really like Woody Johnson needs to just go, you know what? Sorry. Thank you. Sorry and thank you.
We kind of tried.
Give it back to Goodell. Go, we gave it a shot.
Well, did he though? Could he say that in good faith?
They gave it a shot. I didn't say they did well. They've got so many holes in that team everywhere from top to bottom, starting at the fucking coach, and just working your way down. They've traded away any good player. They traded away Sauce. They traded away Quinn and Williams to the Cowboys, which ended up being a really good move for the Cowboys, and will be this upcoming season going to have a really good year. I think the Cowboys defense is going to be really good this year, just quietly.
Maybe not really good. They'll just
I think if the Cowboys can be like the 20th defense in the league, it will feel like they're the best
in
defense
comparison to last year. I think they're going to be really good.
Sure. Yeah.
So like they got two first round picks. They're picking number 2. They're probably going to go with that boy Reese that you were talking about, the edge player.
Anvil Reese.
Yeah. And I think they've got pick 16 or 16.
Yep.
Which will more than likely they're going to try and draft a receiver or someone to try and pair up with Wilson, who's pretty much their only good player at the moment. They shipped out Fields, which I thought was dumb. They should have just kept him there.
Do you know what I was surprised by today? Because I was looking, Garrett Wilson got his contract last year. I'd forgotten that.
Yeah.
35 million a year. Yeah, it was
with the Gardner one.
Yeah,
she canned both of them.
That's right. There was both of them at the same time. Yeah.
The Source one was terrible. One of the worst contracts ever. Almost as bad as the Colts giving away 2 first round picks.
Oh,
that's a story for another. That's a story for next week's podcast when we talk about the Colts.
Are we doing Colts next week?
Maybe, I don't know. So they're probably going to draft a receiver.
I can let you know. No, we're not.
They're probably going to draft a receiver, but it's not going to fucking matter because the Jets suck, and they always will. They've shipped out Fields, which I thought was dumb. Like, because you were paying him nothing, just roll with him again. It doesn't matter. You're not going to win any games anyway. And they bring in Geno, who's, I don't want to say over the hill, but like, is he at the point now where is he good enough to be a starter anymore? Like,
I think so.
I think he's
a borderline starter, right? Is that a fair statement?
I think he's a starter he's that guy who's a good starter on a bad team. That's what I think he is.
Well, then that's what he is here because
his ceiling's probably a top 13 to say 16 quarterback.
No way. He's not more than a top. He's not a top 20 quarterback. No,
not on this Jets team either.
You wouldn't be shocked if he did throw for almost 4,000 yards.
Oh, he should. Their entire game plan should be let's throw it as much as we can to Garrett Wilson, and then they'll build up Garrett Wilson's and then they'll trade him.
So I just don't know. I don't know what this team can do.
Do you want to know what the Jets are dumb enough to do? They're dumb enough at 16 to take Ty Simpson. That's something they would do.
The quarterback?
No, I don't think so. But because Aaron Glenn's on the hottest of hot seats.
That's the last thing.
And I don't think you want to get the project quarterback and reach for it in the first round for him. Now, would they trade? Jets. But would they use some of their second or third rounders to trade back up into the first to get him late? Okay. Why not take a swing?
Take a swing. Yeah.
But at 16, that's fucking ludicrous.
But that's dumb team building. Like,
and we're talking about the Jets, so let's not rule it out.
That's my point. Like, you can't just keep doing the same dumb shit every year because that's what's got you here. Like, you just, I don't know, literally just hand your license back, Jets. Seriously.
I think they'll go edge, to be honest. They'll get one of I think that if the really good edge rushers will go in the probably top 6 or 7. And you'll probably find one of the ones that will fall a little bit. And if they catch one of the ones that fall,
like a James Pierce Jr. from last year that Atlanta got. Like,
no, they'll draft an edge with the first pick they have. Pick 2.
It's a double down.
They'll probably draft a receiver.
Remember they did,
but there's no other receivers. There's the Ty Johnson, I think his name is. He's coming off like a full blowout knee, and then a hamstring, and then a broken collarbone. Like, he would probably be the number 1 receiver, but he's too injury prone. Like, there's no other receivers, I think, that are genuine top
so there's
first round.
Carnell Tate, who everyone likes in the top 10.
Yeah,
and then
top 5.
And then there's Mekhi Lemon.
He probably won't be there at that point. Jordan Tyson was the one I was thinking of. Yeah, Jordan Tyson's blown out his knee. He's a super athlete, but he's blown out his knee, hamstring problems, and a broken collarbone. Like,
also, I think receivers in the first round, like in the top 16, are luxury picks for a good team. I don't think they're there. I think they need to go. Like, in fairness to them, they've drafted, their 2 tackles are really good that they've drafted the last couple of years in the first round. I think they go. I think Arvell Reese will 100% go to them.
Well, they lost Vera Tucker as well, so they've got an opening there on the outline.
On the guard, yeah. Yep. So I think they'll probably just, if they were smart, they'd just build with meat and potatoes. But it's the Jets. We don't know
though?
Well, we don't know what they're going to do. I would not be shocked if they take a quarterback.
Question, but if talking about this division, who's going to be worse next year, the Jets or Miami?
Jets.
I agree.
I trust the brain trusts of Miami. They're all come from Green Bay. Green Bay always build good teams, and whoever leaves Green Bay starts building good teams. And Heffley is the coach. I think he'll be good. So
I
think Miami will start off a little bit dicey, but
grim for both of them though.
Yeah.
No,
It's only
grim for Miami because of the cap. Next year they'll be fine. The year after they'll be fine. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Jets will struggle to win a game, and I think Aaron Glenn will be fired by their bye.
He's first coach fired for sure.
I would say before their bye.
Yeah.
He could be like week 3 or 4.
Yeah.
Because we know that Woody Johnson, like he fired who was Salah when his defense, one of the best defenses in football, and the whole team liked him, and he fired him out of nowhere. It was kind of out of the blue.
Coming back from England.
Yeah,
like
to this day,
or something.
that is still the dumbest decision I've ever seen. Like, it made zero sense.
All he's done since then is gone and taken an injury-ravaged defense at the Niners and made them really good, and then get another head coaching job.
Yep.
So I don't know. The Jets are good luck if you're a Jets fan. That's all I can say.
No,
I think you have permission to change teams if you're a Jets fan.
No,
honestly,
you are forced to change teams because they're just fucking awful. And there's no because you're forced to because there's no. Where's the plan?
Yeah, but like how like as an adult you just like you're ingrained with that team for the good and bad. I'm giving you a pardon. If you're a Jets fan, you are more than welcome to leave that team and not think about it again and join a new team. Like
and no one can ever give you shit for it. They just be like, why did you change team? I was a Jets fan. You also need a little card to be like ex-Jets fan. You're like, hey,
yeah, welcome.
Good luck to your kid.
It's in your wallet.
Pick a fucking good team.
Next
You
to your
deserve
license.
it. Yeah.
Official Vault Studio pass.
Yeah. I'll get some cards made up. We can hand out to the 3 Jets fans in Australia.
Jets,
which we know all 3 of them.
Jets.
Yeah.
You're just
Taryn and Billy.
You're just
and Bettles.
Bettles.
We know all 3. Yeah.
And if there's any Jets fans that are listening, I want you to write into us and tell us what you think the Jets should do, because we're pretty switched on guys here, and there's we cannot see a way forward for these guys.
They'll get Reese. Reese is an absolute game wrecker, and
they'll trade him in 2 years' time.
He is a game wrecker, but it won't matter.
No, but you got to start somewhere. You got to get the talent at least.
That's true. At least if Aaron Glenn gets a star, like maybe there's a chance. That's the best chance they've got.
Jeez, that's grim.
It is grim.
It is grim.
All right, Scotty, speaking of grim, the Super Bowl losing New England Patriots. Just wanted to, before you start, to preface again, I was fucking right. That's all I want to say. Continue.
Nah, come on. It's far from grim in New England.
I didn't say it was grim at all. All I said was they were the Super Bowl losers and I was right.
You said, speaking of grim.
Yeah. Because they lost the Super Bowl. That's about as grim as it gets, man. Ask the Chiefs from last year.
Dude, they made the Super Bowl.
Well, did they make it? That's it. Anyway, I was right. Scotty, continue.
Fresh coming off one of the Cinderella seasons, the Patriots knocking the absolute shit out of every team picking in the top 10 and riding those coattails of luck and misfortune for everyone else they played into the Super Bowl. So the key additions, I actually like a few of their signings. So Romeo Dobbs, I'm quite high on.
Yep.
He hasn't solidified a proper position. They move him around a little bit, but I think he could be a genuine one in the league. Not a top 10 receiver or anything like that, but I think he could be knocking on that doorstep. He has a lot of potential. Vera Tucker from the Jets, who we just spoke about. Super talented guy, a little bit injured, but he's got a 3-year, $42 million contract. Heavy on the incentives. I think there's a $250,000 incentive for every game he plays.
Wow.
So if he's missing time for injury, then he's pretty much not going against the cap. So very smart contract there. They've filled out the rest of the roster with some rotation guys. Draymond Jones, who's become sort of a run first end, which is what they sort of needed, and they got Kevin Bird from the Bears, who had the one-off great year with all the picks. So
Kevin Byard, you mean?
Yeah, Byard. Yeah, sorry. And then just Tommy DeVito. Cool.
Hey. I will not have the Tommy Cutler slander.
Oh, he's a shit truck. But yeah, good on
he's just a glue guy, man. Shout out.
Yeah. I'm sure he's a great locker room guy, but he's not going to win you a game.
A glue guy. It's perfect.
He's a glue guy. I'd love to have him in my QB room.
So they've bolstered up their roster. They've sort of hit the right spots. Obviously, picking at pick 31. There's a lot of rumors swirling around with the AJ Brown. They're heavy in the business with AJ Brown.
That's happening.
Well, I don't know when, if it is, because
it has to be after June 1, they've said, because that's when they can do it and have the least cap.
Well, that's
issues.
where I was going to get to. Yeah, so it will come down to when his cap guarantees are for whatever year, and then the Philly will have to eat a certain amount of money. So if they don't get him, I really like Denzel Boston. I think that he might fall in the draft a little bit. And if he falls all the way to the Patriots, he could be a bona fide number one straight off the bat. If not, I would swing for Boston's out of Washington, and I'll swing for Peter Wood out of Clemson. He's a defensive tackle. When Milton Williams is out, their defense was substantially worse. Peter Wood is just a behemoth of a human. Defensive tackle is an absolute gun run stopper. He can rush the passer. He eats double teams for fun. Has some foot issues, so it's a bit of a luxury pick. If he gets his foot issues right, I know he broke his foot potentially in the combine or just before the combine. But yeah, if you want to pull up his stats, the man is genuinely, he's a defensive tackle. The man's just an absolute behemoth, Peter Wood. So he's 6'2", 300 pounds. He's
a big human being.
Lightning quick. He's super agile. So I think that they will take a luxury pick there for shore up the D line. They've shored up the O-line through some free agency stuff, and I think that they're sort of on the right track, but I still see a down year because they overachieved so bad last year.
Do you think, are the Patriots a playoff team next year?
I think they're fighting for the wild card spot.
I think it all comes down to the Bills there as well, because the Bills are a very interesting team, but if I was putting my money on anyone, I'd put my money on the Bills next year over the Patriots. I just think they're
That's only because of Josh Allen, though.
That's fine. Who's Josh Allen play for?
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
I can only rate them on who plays for him.
Yeah, but
I'm not.
I think overall the Patriots are a better team overall.
I don't know. The Bills aren't that about talent.
I didn't say they were. I'm just saying I think the Pats are a better team.
Bills are a very, very good offensive line, which the Patriots are not.
Good running back, not. James Cook.
All pro running back. Receiver, I think DJ Moore's going to help them, but I just think that overall talent, they're probably pretty even, but then Josh Allen bumps them over that line.
Josh Allen bumps any team over the line.
Yeah, I agree, and they have Josh Allen, so that's the question mark there.
And I think that the Patriots are with a tougher schedule. We saw that they offensively struggled pretty bad in the playoffs throughout.
Awful.
The Texans basically had their way with them. They Broncos
played 3 top 5 defenses in fan. I know this sounds odd, me being the defender, but
it's not. You're not defending. It's a fact.
3 top 5. I think it was 4 with the Chargers top 5.
Yes. No, I think they were just outside.
Well, so 3 top 5 defenses and 1 just outside. They played some pretty good defenses.
But you have to win games.
I agree, but they
didn't look. They looked outmatched in all those games.
If there was
their offense looked outmatched in every single one of those games.
If Drake May had lost to the Texans, which obviously because of Stroud he didn't, he would have got the Stroud treatment. He would maybe not as negatively, but it would have been that he was terrible against the Chargers, he was terrible against the Texans, and they lost.
Yep.
The fact that they found a way to win those games, it bumped him up for it. Drake May's playoffs, and I like Drake May. He's an extremely good player, and I think he's going to be a very good quarterback. But he was awful in the playoffs. If they'd lost in the first round, teams would have shat on him. It's just that the teams are playing was so bad. He definitely
wasn't good. I think he had a good regular season.
Very good.
Good, not great. He had a good, not great regular
Not
season.
An MVP caliber.
No.
Oh, I don't think he was ever winning the MVP. I think that was just a media narrative just to drum it up a bit. It was always going to be Stafford.
No, he didn't.
In my opinion.
He didn't get it because someone gave a vote to Josh Allen. Didn't you hear about that?
No, not Josh Allen. It was Herbert.
Herbert took it.
So he had a good, not great regular season. The playoffs were bad, let's be honest.
Did you say weren't bad?
No, they were bad.
Oh, I was like, what were you watching?
He'll be better for the experience. Again, it was Vrabel's first year. I don't think they'll be as good. Obviously, they'll be a tougher schedule now, winning the East.
They still get the Jets and Dolphins twice.
Well, that's true,
which very much helps.
Yeah. I think that
Jets Dolphins and they probably split with the Bills. Let's be fair.
Yeah. What do they win?
You're halfway there.
What did they win? 12 games last year.
I think it was 13.
13. Yeah.
I think they won 13 or 14 games.
Yeah.
I think that they're probably in the 9 to 11 range.
Yeah, I think they'll be competing for a playoff spot.
Yeah, they're not dropping off. They're not dropping off dramatically.
They've got some really good players,
Yeah.
and Vrabel's a very good coach.
Yeah.
Like I said, they'll sweep the Jets and Dolphins, and they'll probably split with the Bills. They're halfway there to winning the division. It'll just come down to the other games. They'll be in the hunt for their division late into the season. Yeah, I'll be very surprised if they're not.
No, I think they will too.
Yeah.
I agree. If like they're not going to pull a Washington and just be disastrous. I just don't think they're not. Vrabel doesn't build
good of a coach.
He's building the team too well to do that. He's making good moves.
Yeah.
I also think I truly think they're going to get AJ Brown.
Yeah.
Well, it's an absolute game changer when you've got Romeo Dobbs and AJ Brown. Yeah.
Then all of a sudden it's like, okay, well they've got some dudes now.
I mean, you're confident in that, and that's fine. I'm less confident on that. I just don't know that they're going to pony up what.
That's the thing. You got to give something good to get something.
Yeah.
Or like, what are they going to give up for?
The Eagles are going to want 2 first-round picks.
I don't think it's worth 2 first.
I think.
Yeah, but that's going to be the price.
If they offered the Eagles, keeping the contract, keep in mind as well, if they offered them a first and a third, and maybe like next year's fourth,
I don't think Howie takes first and a third. I don't think so.
Well, what's the cost of keeping him on the team? Because I don't know how many teams are ringing up for him.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think you can sell it. I think you could sell to get him back.
You can sell to get him back, but is it going to be good for the team to keep? If it's the same as last year, it's like what if? Let's look at AJ Brown's timeline from 2 years ago when they had that. You know, when they won the Super Bowl, he was reading the book and I know it was all kumbaya and happy
because they were winning.
They were a loss away from him turning, right?
I guess so.
And then last year started turning, right? The trajectory is it's going to get worse next year. Why wouldn't they just cut the bait now and get out of it?
I don't agree with that. The reason why he was upset was the same reason why everyone was upset is because the offense was fucking terrible.
So you could sell it. That's
what I'm saying.
We're going to throw it. Yeah.
We're gonna be better. We can't be any worse.
Don't get me wrong. If AJ Brown's on the Eagles next year, that's a good thing.
You got to look back at it. And I don't want to hijack this to talk about the Eagles, but just quickly, like we still won 13 games, and our offense was fucking terrible.
Yeah,
like just think about that.
But AJ Brown was a part of that offense being terrible.
Yeah, he was, and he had some key drops late in the season, but
there was a lot of bad throws as well.
Overall,
like, let's address the elephant in the room.
Holistically,
he is in the room.
Correct. Holistically, we were bad as an offense. We cannot get any better. And your stiffy that you get over saying that Jalen Hurts can't throw the ball, you got to let that go, bro. Okay.
Jalen Hurts is a stiffy.
Jalen Hurts is a good quarterback, man. Okay, he's been a starter for 5 seasons, and in those 5 seasons, 3 of those seasons, he's had 2,000-yard receivers. Okay, I'm not having the slander. Stop.
Yeah, but he only threw for 2,500 yards. It doesn't matter.
Yes, it does.
It doesn't matter.
No, it matters.
Yes, it does.
But where was that last year? Where was that Super Bowl MVP last year when they needed him? Where was he? He went missing.
With what offense there? With what offense?
The same fucking guys. It was the same guys. He didn't change anyone.
You can't blame everything on the OC.
100%. No, I'm not saying I'm blaming everything on the OC, and I'm on record on this show saying that everyone that played on offense played poorly. Offense played poorly. Saquon had a very down year. Jalen had a down year. Everyone had a down year. It was just bad.
But you can't throw the baby out with the bathwater.
And we still won 13 games.
Yeah, that's fair. That's right. If AJ Brown's on the Eagles, they're a better team.
That's what I'm saying. If from a team building point of view,
unless they get the value for him, they shouldn't do it.
It's better to keep him and try and deal with his volatility and sell him on, we're going to be better next year because factually we can't.
But what if he just wants out? And New England,
then the price is 2 first-round picks, and if you don't like it, tough shit. That's what the money's for.
Can I throw a hypothetical out here?
Yes, you can.
And I think it may lead to this if there's a rocky start in Philly. Would you keep Sirianni, AJ Brown, and get rid of Hurts, or lose Sirianni and Hurts and lose Sirianni and Brown and keep Hurts? Because I think that if there's another rocky start, it comes down to that. That is the breaking point for Philly.
Well, I don't think Hurts is going anywhere.
Really?
Personally. No, I don't think
because
so.
they couldn't get an OC because of his skill set. Like that was documented. There was high caliber OCs that didn't want the job because they didn't want to work with Hurts.
They didn't. I don't believe that to be true. I think the real reason was because they didn't want the pressure of being in Philadelphia.
Well, you can dice it up however you want, but it was said that was actually said.
And people can say whatever they want. I can say the moon is made of cheese.
But it's coming from reputable people in the business.
Is it not made of cheese?
No, and Dan Orlovsky just said, who's also a reputable guy, said that Mendoza's no good. So people can say whatever they want to say, and that's fine. People are allowed to have their opinions, and that's part of it. What I'm saying is that at the end of the day, like, people need to remember that Jalen Hurts is a Super Bowl MVP.
Okay, but answer the question. If it hits that breaking point,
if the offense sucks next year,
if it hits that breaking point like it did,
and you can fire Sirianni and get rid of AJ Brown.
I think that's first of all, just to preface my answer, I think that's a massive if. I think that there's there's heaps of talent on that team.
So you think if the offense doesn't suck next year with another OC and Hurts has a down year again, that they're not starting to ask questions of Jalen Hurts?
Absolutely they are. Absolutely they are. I just don't see it happening.
Okay, but
you think the offense will be good? You think it'll just?
But in the hypothetical, because it could, just as well as you see it happening, it could very well not happen again.
Yeah, like it could, but I just don't think it will.
Okay, so
what's the path to it not being good?
The exact same thing happened last year. It is very foreseeable.
They can't run the ball because the O-line's not as good anymore. Lane Johnson's 38 years old. The running game's no good.
Barkley's over the hill because he's 28.
They have to lean on Hurts, and you can't lean on Hurts in the passing game. That's the scenario. Would you prefer to get rid of AJ Brown and Sirianni or Hurts?
To keep Hurts or get rid of Hurts?
No, I think you still roll with Hurts. I think that if the offense is bad and we're losing games, the first one that's going to go is Sirianni. That's for sure. Like his papers are already like stamped. They're already now his top drawer. He's just waiting to pull them out and hand them over, bro. Like that, they've been stamped from the. Are we calling it? What are we calling it? Head shave gate? What are we calling it? Are we calling it?
I think we can roll with that.
Can we trademark that?
Yeah. Okay.
I'm trademarking it right now.
Yeah.
Those papers have been stamped since head shave gate. He's just waiting.
So I think,
unfortunately, he couldn't pull them out because they kept fucking winning and they won a ring. Well, I can't sack him now.
No, I think Howie would see Sirianni's value, and I think he would keep Sirianni and AJ Brown and get rid of Hurts.
Yeah, but again, you're
no. It's not. It's objectively
hater, and that's okay.
No. It's I like the man. I have no problem with him. I think he's a little bit cringy with his motivational stuff. He sucks at throwing the football, and his position is throwing the football year after year after year. He had the one outlier year. Every year outside of that, he has sucked throwing the football. Cool. And it's factual. Okay. There's every stat backs it up. And I'm just saying, if I was in that situation, that hypothetical, you can find another quarterback to do everything Hurts does in a better way. Kyler Murray could be a better quarterback in that system than Jalen Hurts.
Well, that's a ridiculous statement. Anyway,
no, it's not.
Yeah, it is. The coach will go.
I can say it.
It is, and he knows it.
I was more leaning to.
He can throw the ball way more accurately and run the ball just a little bit less, but like efficiently than what Hurts can. It's not completely outrageous to say that Kyler Murray won't outperform Hurts in that offense.
Yes, it is.
Well, I'm talking to a fucking brick wall. There's no point.
No, why? I don't have to agree with everything you're saying, Scott.
But there's reason and facts behind it.
There's fact in it. That's fine. That's your facts.
Okay.
And I don't have to agree. And I don't. And I'm telling you that the coach will go before Hurts.
Bottom line is none of them are as good as Dak Prescott. So that's all we have to say. But let's save the Eagles chat for when I think next week we'll do Eagles.
No, well, we've done enough Eagles.
We'll just add them in.
We've done enough Eagles to last the rest of the offseason. No. The O-line's going to get healthy. We're going to be just fine. Mannion's good. I'm not cautiously optimistic. I'm flagrantly optimistic. Put that out there.
Well, can't wait for this to burn in fucking terrible fashion.
Why burn? I told you offense sucked. We still won 13 games.
All right, that is it for the what's the plan. Well done, boys. We'll do 6 new teams next week.
Not the Eagles.
No, we're doing the Eagles. You know who's going to get the Eagles?
Me.
So I might take them. That'd be fun.
Go right ahead.
No, I think this is going to be good. But instead, if we've talked about your team tonight, if we've got what the plan should be wrong, let us know. Send us a message. Tell us what you think about what your team should do. And if we get some good ones, we'll read them out before we do the other teams next week.
And the Jets, for God's sakes, fire Aaron Glenn and just hand your license in, please.
Yeah, all pretty fair. Make sure you give us a follow on all our social medias, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and the TikTok. And shout out to our beautiful friends at Sporting Globe Churnside Park. Make sure you download the app and get on the sponsorship information for the Vault Studio. Get in there, have a beer, watch the footy, and it goes a long way to helping us. We've got some stuff planned to upgrade a few things around here, so Sporting Globe's gone a long way to helping that. So shout out to them.
We need to get some lifts for Scott's shoes.
No, I'm right. I'm comfortable with my height. You're the only one with an issue with it.
No, I don't have an issue.
Well, sounds like it.
Are you two okay?
We're more than okay.
Do you need to hug it out? Because I preferred it when you two agreed, actually. I've changed my mind. As much as I tried to derail that, I regret it now.
No, we can have a discussion.
No, that's good. No, okay. Next week, 6 new teams. What's the
Can't
plan?
wait.
And I'm sure there'll be some news next week to talk about as well. So
Probably, yeah.
peace out, everyone. We'll see you next week.
Ciao.